5 minutes with Sean, maybe 10. Look, I've been asked a lot about my opinion on everything that happened with the hack. And I've been keeping it to myself because, frankly, this is a real serious case of staying in your fucking lane for me. And this lane has nothing to do with me. I don't have an opinion on something I cannot affect. I am not a cybersecurity expert. I am not someone who even really understands what the fuck happened. Okay. Just because I was the internet manager doesn't mean I know everything about the internet. Okay. I know that when we were running dealerships as internet managers back in the late 90s, people thought we were IT. People thought we understood how to build websites. I mean, it was insane, right? So I can tell you that I don't know. I don't know enough about what happened. I know it directly affected my clients in a serious way, our industry in a massive way, the consumers even so, right? So what did I see during it? Well, I happened to be on vacation, like with very little ties to the world when this happened. And so I kind of came back from vacation and was like, holy shit, look at all those things that happened. Everyone's going crazy. Of course, talk with clients, whatever, but I don't bother people. I don't get involved because it's not my realm. When these things happen, what comes out of the woodwork, and I think Sean Rains talked about it as well, is that this is the people are going to be telling you they can fix it. Everyone's going to be here to exploit this catastrophe, right? It happens in hurricanes, tornadoes, even after hail. I mean, everyone comes out to line their pockets once someone has now been afraid of something. That something has happened, you can't say won't ever happen, right? COVID, whatever it is, this now. You can't say it won't happen because it did. So when I started to think about what I would do, right? So of course, make sure the IT team dials in, make sure everything's, what it should be, maybe take a different look at some protocols. But what I certainly wouldn't do is overreact and start letting other people into my network or other people rooting around or making it a bigger issue and letting myself be sucked into the fear that exists. This was a massive hack. It was dealt with in a way that I don't know that you could deal with it any differently. Again, I don't know enough about what they could have done to protect themselves versus what they did not do to protect themselves. I don't know. The lawsuit stuff, I mean, again, it's the same to me. It's the same road of the idea that people felt damaged. There's only one place to look to go to deal with that. So you look for that person to be held accountable and responsible. I get it, I guess. Again, it doesn't seem like the best use of our judicial system, but our judicial system has places in it for this. So I guess that's not for me to say. But at the end of the day, that part, you don't like to see that. Are you going to see a ton of cancellations and a ton of changes? Maybe. Did I like to see that the industry pulled together and started helping people out? Of course. That's all we ever do, people. Don't get it shaken. All we ever do as a group is talk about how we can help each other in the downtime. In the times where it's big and heavy, no, people think about it, right? And right now, our industry is already in a crazy place. Like we needed this with the prices and the interest rates and the elections and all this other bullshit. You did not need this, but you got it. And that's the way things go. And that's why I don't want to sit here and make a bigger deal out of it than it needs to be, because again, it isn't something that I can control. So as someone who is working so hard all the time on staying in my lane, doing what I know how to do, commenting on what I know and understand, and trying to leave the hyperbole and all the other fear-mongering and bullshit over to the side, because first, it doesn't really have a place in my life, but then it becomes about all of the drama around it, all the discussions about what do they pay and how do they get it and what do they take? And yeah, it's terrible. Consumer protection, though, like this is becoming a normal thing. It's becoming totally normalized, and it sucks. It sucks, but not an IT guy, not someone who knows any better, right? I mean, I have a VPN because one of my buddies told me what it was good for, why I should have one, right? This is not something that like top of mind. I'm not that guy. I realized that when I scroll through my new phone and hit agree at the end, I just gave him my entire life. I get it. Okay. I need my phone. I live off my phone. It runs my company. So I don't think about the standards in between. I will tell you, though, recently, on a side note about this, for the cookies thing, if your website, I log onto it and asks me to do all this shit, I leave your website. Sorry. This cookies asking for people to decline, engage, fuck all that. If you don't think that advertising is going to digitally follow you, and do I say it's rightfully so? I don't know. It's come in handy. So, sometimes I forget about something and an ad pops back up on my phone because it was there. So I guess my point is, when it comes to IT security and protection as people in the world we live in today, I think it's difficult to expect, which is why I'm pretty neutral on it. And I kind of expect to be hacked. I sign up for things like LifeLock because I expect my shit to be stolen, right? So at least I have someone who can help me with that, right? But I didn't sign up for that out of fear of something. I just did it because I know that it's likely to happen to me in my life. Credit card, this, because we live in that world. It's not scared, it's preparation. I think there's a fine difference there. And that's why I want to make sure dealers know that when I'm talking about IT security, be prepared. Don't be feared into change. Be prepared. That's it, folks. Less than 6 minutes, over 6 minutes at this point, to tell you my point, my take on the CDK is stay in your fucking lane. If you're not a dealer directly affected by it and you're not in IT security, keep the train moving forward. Support our dealers any way you can. But in some cases, let's try not to add fuel to the fire. Thank you guys so much. Have a great close to July. We'll see you soon.